Let's discuss the extraordinary vessels, the origin. The 8 extraordinary vessels, synonyms: extraordinary meridians, wondrous meridians, meaning of qi, jing by mai. Qi, extraordinary, strange, not paired, miraculous, wonderful. Jing, channels, meridians. Ba, 8, first differentiation. Mai, vessels. The 8 extraordinary vessels are not channels such as the Jingmai, but they are, as the same implies, extraordinary. While they are often mentioned together with primary channels, they still play a special role. Theories about the origin of the extraordinary vessels. The 8 extraordinary vessels are often considered to be the deepest and most original structures of the body and channel system, developing very early during the embryonic phase. They are considered to cover all the human activity. They also initiate all secondary function and always remain operative. Therefore, their pathologies manifest with complex symptoms and include pre- and postnatal essence problems. The Nanjing is the first to describe the extraordinary vessel as a complete system. Earlier records only mentioned them individually in the context of their respective functions. Origins of the extraordinary vessels. In order for the manifestation of life to develop, the body requires structures that keep the rhythm of qi and its related processes in harmony and balance. The Nanjing introduces the concept of an energetic center in the body, in the human body, the moving qi between the kidneys, which is often seen as connected with the Mingmen and Qi Hai Dantian, and is subject to the influences of the cosmic as well as the peripheral and postnatal qi. According to Matsumoto and Birch, the moving qi between the kidneys represent the Tai Chi of the body, and the great one, the origin of yin and yang. It is considered to be the root and the origin of all human system and structures, and according to some authors, it has connection to the original qi, the Yuan qi. The Chongmai, as the oldest vessel, is sometimes equated with the moving qi. The Renmai and Dumai represent the basic division of the yin and yang in the body. In other words, they originate from the moving qi or Chongmai as yin and yang branches. During the invasion, one movement ascends the front of the body, the Renmai, and the other movement, the back, Dumai. Heaven and earth have noon and midnight. The body has the Renmai and Dumai as its polar axis. The Dumai, Renmai, and Chongmai have different names, but in the end, they are the same and have the same significance. The Chongmai ensures the inseparability or unity of the Dumai and Renmai, of yin and yang. If we tried to separate yin and yang, we would have to realize that they are an inseparable whole, a unit. Therefore, the extraordinary vessels function as a kind of matrix, which is the source of energetic functioning and the cellular division in the body. This matrix is present from the moment of conception and organizes the structuring of the embryonic development from the earliest stages. So we have here the origin of the channels. The first level, the great one. Second level, separation. Third level, the yin and yang. And the fourth level, 4 body areas, 3 burners, then the 8 extraordinary vessels. Then from the 3 burners, we have the 6th level of great channels, then the 12 channels. In the beginning, there is the great one, the Tai Ji, first level. At this level of no form, the great one begins to separate the second level and becomes yin and yang, which is the third level. At the fourth level, yin and yang separate twice and have the 2 branches. The one branch separates in a threefold way to become the triple burner, the Sanjiao, and its associated form of Qi. Further separation lead to the formation of the 6 great channels, the 5 phases and their source, as well as the 12 primary channels. The other branch separates at the 4th level to form the 4 body areas, left, right, above, below, and then the 8 extraordinary vessels. Scholars of the first cell division, Matsumoto and Birch, comment on the work of Manaka and others who interpret the extraordinary vessels with regard to embryonic development, regarding them as scars or lines of separation of the first cell division. The Dumai and Renmai are the result of the first division of the fertilized egg, while the Daimai develops during the second division. At this stage, the embryo is essentially a torso, while the extremities and more peripheral extraordinary vessels, the Yang Chao Mai and the Yin Chao Mai, as well as the Yang Wei Mai and the Yin Wei Mai, only formed during the subsequent divisions. The 8 extraordinary vessels and body structures. According to Manaka et al., a close connection exists between the 8 extraordinary vessels and body structures symmetry. The Dumai and the Renmai separates the body vertically into left and right. The Renmai marks the anterior midline and the Dumai ascends the posterior midline. The Daimai circles the waist horizontally, forming a horizontal axis. It separates above and below. In a further development of this idea, Manaka describes the division of the body into 8 areas, using the structure of a topological octahedron for illustration. In this model, the 8 extraordinary vessels directly relate to the lines separating the faces of the octahedron. Due to their location on the anterior-posterior midline, the Renmai and Dumai separate the body into its right and left section. The Daimai separates above and below. The GBA and TB channels compared to the anterior and posterior dividing lines at the lateral edges of the yang aspect of the body. The pericardium, the spleen channel, compares to the anterior and posterior dividing lines at the lateral edges of the yin portion of the body. The opening points of the extraordinary vessels, with the exception of spleen 4, a point on the liver channel would be more appropriate, representing this division. PC6, TB5 are the opening points of the Yin Wei Mai and the Yang Wei Mai, respectively. Spleen 4 and GB41 are the opening points of the Chong Mai and Dai Mai, respectively. These 4 channels divide the anterior and the lateral aspect of the body and connect the upper and lower parts, the 4 associated extraordinary vessels functioning accordingly. The Yin Chao Mai and the Yang Chao Mai, due to their connection to the kidney and bladder channel opening points kidney 6 and bladder 62, have a close relationship to the Renmai and Dumai. Furthermore, the pathway of the kidney channel is located close to the Renmai, while the bladder channel is close to the Dumai.